Hi everyone, this is Shakti. Took me a moment to come on live. How are you doing today? I want to check in with you to see how you are doing today. How's your week coming along? Today is the day number 22 of my 365-day life challenge. So I'm here talking about a very special topic around energetic considerations of transformational businesses. And this is a topic that is not talked about a whole lot in the world. Um, you may have heard different coaches talk about very business aspects of your business, like business aspects, strategic aspects of transformational business. And you may have heard others talk about um, very specific things. But what I'm speaking to you tonight is very broad, and broad in the sense that it's not really understood well by the world. And I want you to know and really understand how different your business is. And there's a level of sensitivity in really accepting that and recognizing that. Your business works with energy, whether you are a coach, whether you are a healer, a holistic health practitioner, a health coach. Anytime you are facilitating a transformation for your client, you are working with many different energies. And these energies are, it takes some understanding and time to know how to like really work with energy in a very efficient way without taking it on, without having to be slowed down by energy. Now, let me tell you, our ego, our mind does not like change. The world at large just does not like change. The majority of the world does not like change. We are not wired to embrace change easily, right? And this is what creates a level of resistance in your clients in going through transformation. And this is a very different aspect of a business, um, because if you were selling a handbag, for example, like Louis Vuitton handbag, right? Your client is still going through a change. Like Louis Vuitton's client is going through a change without calling it a change, without calling it a transformation. How are they going through a change? Because when your client when their client buys, when a customer buys a handbag, they are up leveling their sense of worth. They are giving themselves permission to have more, right? And once they have bought the purse, whenever they carry their purse or their handbag, they feel like they're worthy of it. They feel like they have something like of luxury. They feel like, you know, women can feel like $1 million when they're carrying the right handbag. And that's a change. That's a change, but that change is happening without calling it a change, right? You see where I'm going with it? Whereas in your business, you're calling out, all I offer, all I want to give you is a change, which is a whole resistance to the ego. Not to the right client, people value, the right people will value change. But what this declaration does is that you can move forward in your business growth journey and experience a lot of resistance from your clients and resistance from your own self. And that's where the big difference is. That's where your business is built really differently, it's designed differently. Louis Vuitton does not have to worry about stuff that you now have to take into consideration because how different your business is. The resistance to change is a big thing here. And it can show up in your client space, and knowing what is it that you can offer them to make it easy for them to go through this transformation is going to be the key. And it's not that the clients are wrong when they're in resistance, but it's that they haven't found something to lean on to keep them motivated, to keep them really inspired and wanting this change for themselves. So do not judge your clients if you're noticing any resistance showing up in their space, and also being super wary about, very self-aware about, are you are you matching the resistance by any chance? And this happens a lot, way more than um, any other business I see. We as business owners become so resistant to change, right? Because number one, we're in a field that involves a whole different level of energetic sensitivity, and we're just masters at matching our clients because there's a part of us that does need to change as well. There's a reason why we open this business is because we love to grow. And whenever we love to grow and we love growing, but there's always that polarity of it also exists. The extreme, the other end of it also exists in this whole picture, which is you can encounter moments and phases of life where you have the hardest time changing. And when you have a hardest time changing, facilitating transformation for your clients is a really an uphill battle. Because why clients want to work with you is because they want change, and they want to change with somebody who's changing with them. And when we are ourselves resistant, we can't really facilitate a change. So to really commit to your growth is going to be really important as you grow your business. Like really commit to, in all the ways, how can you embrace newness and fresh perspective and new things and new experiences in your life and your business. And the reason I'm sharing this with you because I often see a lot of business owners go into these cycles. And these cycles are, there's cycle of like business growth and business growing, and then all of a sudden things don't grow even though we're doing the exact same thing. Nothing has changed, but the business doesn't grow as fast. And that's because when we have grown so much, there are just very natural internal physical cycle for the body to rest and to process some more deeper stuff in a place of stillness, and then go transform. And that's when the clients come. So, and these are very natural phases, cycles that I see a lot of people go in. And you will notice in our community too, and in people around you, you will notice that people who are so dedicated to personal growth are actually more likely to go through these cycles of anxiety and depression, and cycles of trauma, cycles of different illnesses. And that's because there's part of them is just so committed to growth that they like really clear out a lot of stuff from the past. And a lot of these growth cycles are very sped up for them. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this is not really understood. Transformational businesses are designed differently. They operate under very different um, definitions and setup, energetic setup. And that's why the standards of success that a business like Louis Vuitton has doesn't really apply to a transformational business. Like what Louis Vuitton will see, or another product selling company or business will see, is sale going up and up and up and up and up. And the longer they are in business, the more their income is going to rise, their revenue is going to rise, unless they go through the phase of, you know, economic instability in the collective. That is when you're going to see any decline or change in their business, or something really happen where they launch a new product and it just flops, or there's like a whole controversy about a product they have in store. There's all kinds of stuff happen, right? But transformational business can really grow like this and then go decline because the person leading it has lost the connection to their energy. Then all of a sudden they figure something out, they clear deeper layers of energy, and then they rise up, and you see, a whole upswing in the income. And then all of a sudden, something else happens, it declines. And in fact, I really believe that the economic cycles don't really affect transformational business as much, because when everybody's insecure about, all kinds of financial uh, depression and all kinds of like stuff happening, financial fears, I really feel like people need the transformational work even more at that point, to really find their peace. And for that reason, I have stopped believing into any level of income declines due to finances. I feel like people are actually more likely to consider your work as a necessity and pay for it, invest in it. So, that being said, there are just very specific challenges to the transformational businesses. I'll continue speaking on it. But the biggest thing I want you to take away from this conversation is that to not compare your growth with other industries in the business world, and to really consider taking care of your energy, taking so good care of your energy. Your energy is everything, especially in this business that you're in. In any other business, your product can show different things. Your product can pull the weight of us, creating a sale. But in this line of business, you as a personal brand, how you appear, how you show up, how you talk to people is everything. And that just changes who people get to work with, because your energy is constantly pulling people in your world, and your solutions are unseen, right? People don't know what level of transformation are they going to receive working with you. They have seen your past results, but they don't know how personally they're going to shift. It's a big unknown. That means they are taking a leap in of trust working with you, and your energy and how you show up is everything in that, you know handshake, let's work together. That's all I have to share today. I am excited to come again tomorrow and continue my 365-day streak. I have been just very blessed to connect with you in this way. And I always look forward to your feedback. Please let me know in the comments or DM. How do you like this content? Is this helping you get a different perspective around how to grow your business? And what else would you like to hear about that I can bring forward in these lives, so that I get to support, I get to serve, I get to really make things as easy as possible for you. Let me know. And until then, take good care of you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.